As you can see here, I have a variety of dies that are all made for the AccuQuilt cutting system. So prior to me discovering the AccuQuilt cutting system, I was a beginner quilter and I started like everyone else in the quilting craft by using a rotary cutter and acrylic templates and rulers. I found out very quickly on my journey that was not the solution for me. I was unable to get accurate cuts. It was very frustrating. And so I actually gave up on the quilting craft itself. I went back to doing machine embroidery, which I still do, and just totally gave up on it until one day I was watching YouTube and YouTube served me a video for the AccuQuilt live. And so I clicked on that video and I watched the AccuQuilt live and I was like, oh my stars, I think this is a product that I need to reinvigorate my quilting passion. So I purchased the Go Me and I started cutting and figured out, oh my stars, I love this so much. And I fell down a slippery slope. From there, I purchased the Go Big cutter. And from there, yes, I'm an overachiever. I purchased the Studio 2 cutter. So what I have here on this table is a sampling of the dies that I own. Over here is a custom die that I had made by AccuQuilt's sister company. I have some Go Qube mix and matches. I have some block on board dies. And so what I'll do moving forward is I will go over each one of these dies on the table, let you know how much they cost, and let you know how I have personally used them. And to answer the question, are they really worth the investment? So stay tuned. I'm going in no particular order of dies. I'm just basically grabbing what's on this table. This right here is a custom die that I had made by AccuQuilt's sister company. And the reason why I had this custom die made is because I was at the time working on selling some bags and I did not want to cut out each piece individually. So I said, listen, I already own the Go Big and a Studio 2 cutter. Let me just have a die made to expedite my sewing process. So this die right here cost me. Was this die worth the investment? Well, I think so, because in producing the bags that I did at the time, it saved me a lot of time and frustration. Using this die ensured that all of the shapes were cut exactly the way they should be, and it also ensured a consistent product. I was selling these little bags or pouches, and so for my customers who said, okay, let's say I don't want this color, but I want a different color, they could look at the product and go, okay, this looks exactly the same except the color was different. And for me and my patience level and my skill level, I was only able to achieve that because I purchased this custom die. So the process of having a custom die made, you have a mock-up of the shapes that you want. You send those shapes via PDF to the company, and the shapes have exact measurements, and then they give you a quote based on the shapes. So I have several of these dies. I just wanted to show you this one because it has a variety of shapes. So the custom process or the custom pricing is determined by the size of the board that the pieces will fit on. So this board is 10 inches by 24, and this board fits, or this die fits through the AccuQuilt Go, the Go Big, and of course my Studio 2 cutter. The next die I'm showcasing is the Bowl Cozy specialty die. AccuQuilt has made two sizes of this Bowl Cozy die, and this is the first one they came out which is the larger one. And on the website, it is currently listed for the price of. I purchased this die with the intent of making holiday or Christmas presents or gifts. I was actually able to make several of these bowl cozies and give them away as Christmas gifts. So was this die worth the investment? Yes. It was worth the investment for me because it allowed me to give away a customized gift for Christmas, and it made the sewing process so easy because I didn't have to manually cut out this shape. The next die that I'm showcasing is called the Glorify 9 Patch die. It currently is listed on the website for the price of. This is what's called a bob or a block on board die, and it finishes to 9 inches. So the beauty of this die is that all of the shapes that you need to make this glorified 9 patch is on this one die. So if you are strategic in how you place your fabrics, you can essentially place all of your fabric on this die at once and run it through the cutter and get all the shapes cut for one block or multiple blocks. This particular die will fit through the Go Me. So it fits through the Go Me, and the Go Big. So if you only have a Go Me and you're frustrated because you're like, oh, I don't have any options, this is an excellent option for you. The next die I'm showcasing is called the Wonky Heart die, and it finishes to a 6-inch block. And this particular die is currently listed on the website for the price of. This die will fit through the Go Big, and of course the Studio 2 cutter with the appropriate adapter. I'm on the fence about this die. I don't know if this particular die was worth the investment for me personally. When I saw it, I was like, oh, that's a cool looking die. But as you can see, there are several different elements that you have to cut out. And so you have to be really strategic in how you lay your fabric. And then once it's cut, you have to then, or I chose to, as Pam Heller does on the website, she makes a photocopy of the die, and then she mixes up her colors, and then she places a color on that photocopy so that it stays organized. So for me, I found it way too much work to keep everything organized to complete this block. And it is a heart shape, and it's not a shape or a block that I use frequently. So for me personally, this was not worth the investment. The next die that I'm showcasing is the Churn Dash die, and it finishes to 9 inches, and it's currently listed on the website for the price of. This is another one of their bobs or block on board dies, because once you place all of your fabric on here, you can cut all the pieces that you need for one quilt block. This particular die fits through the Go Big, and the Studio 2 cutters with the appropriate adapter for the Studio 2. This one, I really like the Churn Dash block, so that's why I purchased it. And I'm neutral as far as this one being worth the investment. And I say that because, I don't know, I'm just neutral. The main attraction for me of this die is this A shape, and this A shape allows me to add either applique piece or some machine embroidery. So for that reason, I'm neutral as far as this die being worth the investment. The next die I'm showcasing is the Snowball die. It finishes to a 6-inch quilt block, and it's currently listed on the website for the price of. I think that this block or this die is worth the investment because it's simple enough so that when you add this particular block into a project, it's not overwhelming. And I really like this large area of the snowball here because it allows me to put machine embroidery and or some sort of applique in the center to sort of make my quilt block look different. So this one is worth the investment. The next die is the 6-inch square die. It's a simple die. It finishes to 6 inches, and it currently is listed on the website for the price of. This die is 100% worth it because I own the 6-inch Qube mix and match box set. So when I'm designing my quilt projects, if I just sort of want a plain space to either just leave it to let the quilt pattern breathe, or to put applique, or to put machine embroidery, this shape obviously is like hand in glove to the 6-inch Qube set. So that's why this one is 100% worth it, especially if you're designing a project where you're like, I don't want all of my blocks in this project to be pieced. I want some breathing room to add something unique. I also use this block to print photos on cotton fabric and insert this block into my project. So this one 100% is worth the investment. The next die is the Signature Circles die. It finishes to a 6-inch block, and it is currently listed on the website for the price of. This die fits through the Go and the Go Big. And you know, honestly, I do not like this die. It was not worth the investment. For me personally, I feel like it was a waste. And I say that not because of the complexity. I mean, it cuts well, and with the notches here, and then this process that I use to glue it together, glue base it together, it sews out beautifully. So it's not the construction of the die, it's not the shape of the die. It's not worth it to me because it was really hard to figure out how to insert this into a project. So again, I have the 6-inch Qube mix and match sets, and that's why this one was appealing, because it finishes to 6 inches. But if you can imagine here, you know, it doesn't give you a complete circle. You have to make 4 of these and essentially like put this shape like here, 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 and here to make the whole circle look appealing. And I just didn't like the look of that block. So this one for me was a fail, not worth the investment. I actually didn't do this on purpose, but saving my 2 favorite die sets or dies to the end. And so if you own an AccuQuilt cutter, you absolutely need to get yourself a strip die. For those of you who only own the Go Me, they do make a 2.5-inch strip die that fits through the Go Me. But this particular one goes through the Go cutter and the Go Big, and it's just a simple 2.5-inch strip die. And your imagination can run wild with what you can cut with this. You can cut your binding strips, you can cut jelly rolls. I mean, you can just cut everything with this. And as you can see here, you can make those 60-degree angle cuts in 45 and 30. So 1000% the strip dies are 100% worth the investment. And this one currently retails on the website for the price of. Last but not least, actually it is number 1, is my absolute favorite die combination that AccuQuilt sells. And that is the Qube mix and match sets. So your core set, which is this one, this is the 9-inch. Oh, and by the way, these Qube sets come in 4-inch, 5-inch, 6, 7, 8-inch, and also 10 and 12 inches. So the only sizes that do not fit in the Go Me are the 10-inch and the 12-inch. So if you're interested in the 10 or the 12-inch, you need a Go or a Go Big for that one. So if you're interested in the larger blocks and you want to purchase the 10 or the 12-inch Qube sets, you need a Go Big or a Go Big electric for those. But all the other ones will fit through the Go Me. So the price for these sets varies based on the size. So for example, this is the 9-inch core set, and it currently retails for the price of. They also sell what they call companion sets, and the first one is the corners, and the second one is the angles. So the corners set currently retails on the site for the price of. And then the angles retails for the price of. The prices will vary based on the size of the cube that you purchase. Now, with only the base set, you can make 72 different blocks just with this set. So when you add on the corner set, you can add an additional 72 blocks that you can make. And then if you add on the angles, that's another 72 blocks that you can make for a total of 216 different blocks you can make. So yes, absolutely, these are 100% worth the investment. I think that if I were to start all over again and invest in different dies, I would just buy, well, no, I'm lying. I am an AccuQuilt super fan, and I would buy everything all over again except for that signature circle die. I wouldn't buy that one again. But these are absolutely worth it, and each set comes with a mat. So this has a mat, and this has a mat, and this has a mat. So what that means is you're saving even more money because you can use one mat and then cut like hundreds of times, and the hundreds of times until that mat goes, it breaks or it doesn't work. And then you can use this one from this set and that one. So it is absolutely worth the investment. I highly recommend that if you are new to AccuQuilt and you are on a tight budget, I would say start with the Go Me cutter because you can get that on sale on the website for like $90 or $89.99. And then start with a cube set that is 9 inches or smaller because again, those 9 inches and smaller will fit through your Go Me. So let me know in the comments below, like what dies do you own? What dies are you looking to buy? Give me some love. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.